Hey guys, welcome back to Bowls Fan TV, and today we're doing the match preview for tomorrow's game against Derry City at Dalymount Park. Yeah, look, we've obviously had a bit of a break over the last, couple over the last week. Two games have been postponed. We were meant to be playing Shells on the bank holiday Monday and then Rovers on the Friday, but obviously those games didn't go ahead, so we've had a bit of a break, a bit of a welcome break, really. Let's be honest. Obviously we go into this off the back of a defeat, a pretty poor defeat out in Waterford. Let's be honest. Look, it was a poor game, a poor performance. You know, it was obviously a very bad start. We can see it very early on. Poor goal to give away too, and obviously we responded pretty well after that. But then obviously you get the equaliser. It's a good goal from Rooney. Takes a bit of the deflection, the free kick, but look, that doesn't matter. We didn't care about that. We were back in the game, and we actually started playing a bit of football after that. And you're thinking, yeah, we could, if we can keep this going in the second half, maybe we can nick it. We can get another goal and get in front. But it was anything but that in the second half. Really, the same sort of problems kept creeping up. And I think that second half really summed up everything that's wrong with us at the moment. In that we just don't create enough chances for open play. We're starting to concede some very soft goals too, which is a massive concern. And yeah, there's just nothing really to us at the moment, and we're stuck in a very very difficult situation. We're level on points with Pats. We're seventh on the table. We're not a million miles off the relegation playoff, but we're also not a million miles off the European places. So we're stuck in a bit of an interesting position. But look, another game tomorrow with a tough game against a good Derry City side who are well in the mix for the title. Let's be honest. Um, they were off the back of a good win against, I think it was the Galway. They won 2-0. Then before that, they beat Waterford 3-0, and that was a good result. A good Waterford side. They beat them pretty convincingly. And look, they're in the mix for a reason, really, aren't they? They're a good side. They got some, many good players. Pat Hillman, look, him and Duffy have been at the top of the game in this league for over a decade now, really. They've got a couple of tidy other, players, Will Patchen in midfield, McMullen's, a tidy player. They're good at the back as well. Brian Martyr's had a good season. They've been keeping clean sheets. They got some solid defenders in that team. Conley, they are a good side, and they're only a couple of points off Shells, and they'll definitely feel like they're well in the mix for the title race. And look, we're obviously at the sort of the opposite end of that. Really, we're stuck in a bit of like I said, a difficult position. We're sitting in a position where it's not comfortable. We should be aiming to be a lot higher. Of course, we don't want to be down as low as we are now. We don't want to be sucked into a relegation battle. So look, this game is all about coming out and showing that we have actually had benefited from this break. We have regrouped, and we are looking like a different team. And look, that's obviously been pretty hard this week, considering Alan Reynolds has been away with the under 21s in Zagreb, and that's obviously not ideal. But look, O'Donnell probably took training this week, and hopefully, he's got into the players and had them working hard. Look, I don't know what Reynolds' situation really is with the under 21s, whether he's still contracted with them for another. Maybe he was just asked to come over and help for this window. I don't know, but look, it's not ideal that's obviously happened. But look, hopefully, I'd say, like I said, O'Donnell took training this week, and they've hopefully had a good week of training, and that they're well prepared for this game, because we really need to start getting points on the board. We don't want to be sucked into a relegation battle, because sadly that could be a possibility if we don't pick up our form, and others around us do. But look, there is a pretty convincing run of games coming up. Obviously, look, tomorrow will be tough, but then we've got, I think it's Galway, I think, after that in away from home. Look, that's another tricky game. But look, after that, I think we got teams like Dundalk coming up, and Sligo. We've a pretty favourable-ish run of fixtures coming up, which is good. So, it would be nice to get something here and put in a good performance, and get a bit of confidence back into the team. Really, into me, yeah, starting lineup prediction. I'm gonna go with obviously Shiraz get goal. No real debate about that. Let's be honest. Talbot, he's probably You know, when's he going to get back in? Who knows? Will we get back in anytime soon? We'll see. I think, he has, Straskin maybe, has he looked a bit shaky in the past, few weeks? I don't know, maybe. But look, yeah, I think right now he's the number one, and that'll stay, that'll stay that way. Right back, I'm going to go with Madison. Look, he's still here with us now anyway. I think he's going back to Bolton at the end of June. Obviously, we had the news today that Bart has left the club, which is, it's a bit of a shame because I think at times he did look quite promising and he looked quite good going forward. Yeah, look, he was caught out defensively a good few times, don't get me wrong. But look, it's still a bit of a shame that he didn't really kick on here. But look, all the best to him. But look, that does leave us pretty short at right back because obviously we know Mattison is going to be leaving the club at the end of the month. He's going to go back to Bolton. You only have Lalander there, and look, it's not fair on him really to just be the lone right back. So we're going to probably need to bring in a couple of bodies there. Um, and look, yeah, for now, as long as Mattison's with the club, he'll start for me anyway. So I'm going to go with Mattison at right back. The two centre halves, I'm going to go with Mills and Keita. Look, yeah, they've been caught out a few times lately. I think in that game against Waterford, they probably could have done better. Keita probably more in particular. Even for the second goal, he kind of loses his arm, and then it's a poor goal to concede. But look, I think them two at the moment are probably the more settled partnership. Let's be honest, Kane Byrne hasn't really been getting in, so at the moment, Kate and Mills are the two that'll probably be there for the foreseeable, really. And then left back, I'm gonna go with Paddy Kirk. No one else really there, like Jake Carroll, I suppose, but I think, he's sort of only slowly coming into it, so I think Paddy will stay there. Going into midfield, I think it'll be McDonald and Flores as the two sort of sitters. Look, they haven't really. I think they have had their poor games this season. Don't get me wrong. I think McDonald is probably having a better season all round. Really, you look at the stats. His interceptions, his tackles. He's really important in that midfield. And when he's on it, he has been one of our best players this season. I think Flores can do better. Of course, he gave away a goal there against Pats a couple of weeks ago, and he hasn't really maybe been making the impact this season. Obviously, look, he's come up with important moments for us this season. The two goals out in Talking Park, but look, of course, he can do better. I think the whole team can do better. Let's be honest, for seventh place, they can definitely do a lot better. But look, I think at the moment, Flores and McDonald are probably our two most sort of solid. Midfielders at the moment. Maybe you can have James McManus in there. Obviously, Brian McManus is injured at the moment, and you can play Miller there, of course. But I think at the moment, McDonald and Flores are probably the two more settled, midfielders in the team at the moment. Going into the wing now, I'm going to go with Dale Rooney on the left. Look, he's probably been our only sort of bright spark at the moment anyway. Great goal, obviously, against Waterford last time out. Everything that he's done this season, and his contribution to his assists from set pieces and some of the goals he scored as well. The cracker out in Sligo. Obviously, we mentioned the goal of Waterford last game. So, yeah, he's been fantastic this season, and he'll obviously start on the left. On the right, I'm gonna go with Dylan Connolly. Yeah, I thought in the first half more, I thought he played quite well against Waterford. Had a good chance to just probably should have done better. Probably should have had the shot himself and scored, but he decided to play across the box to no one really, and that was a bit of a wasted opportunity. But look, I think. When he's on it, you can't fault that he does work very hard for the team, and he will run his socks off, and I think he deserves it. Because he was out of the team for a little bit there, but I think he deserves to be back in now. So I'm going to go with Dylan Connolly on the right. Through the centre, then I'm going to go with Clark behind Akintunde. I think both players look. They can do better. Look, that fits with the whole team really. They can do better. I think Clark this season he's had his ups and downs. I think he's had some bad games, but he's also had some good games. Probably not showed the form that he showed last season, but look, we're in June now. It's we're halfway through the season nearly now, and I think he's had a mixed season, like I said, but I think we need to start seeing a bit more from him contribution wise to goals and assists. But look, I think that'll come over time. But I think he's probably struggled without Afalabi. Let's be honest, that's something that we've raised many times this season. He probably is struggling without Afalabi. He is struggling to link up with other players, but when he's on the pitch, I think his ball carrying ability, there's no question that he's one of the best in the league at that. So he'll play as the 10 for me. And then behind, obviously he'll be behind Akintunde. And look, I think it's harsh on Akintunde to be seen as sort of the main striker in this team. He's not a striker really. Let's be honest. He's more of a kind of well, not a goal scoring striker really. That's probably the more better way to put it. He's not a player that's going to get you double figures, but look, he'll work hard, he'll hold up the ball very well and bring us into play. And look, it's he just hasn't got the goals. I think that's probably his big issue. Really, that's probably why he's been seen as he's the say maybe he's the problem. But look, I think he does work hard. Like I say, he just bring others to play very well. But look, I think it's just the goals that he's missing from his game. And look, that's not his fault. He's just not that kind of player. It's just the way things are with our striker situation at the moment. I think obviously Piszczek and Ryan Card haven't quite made the impact. And I think Akintunde is probably just our best option up there at the moment. And until the summer comes around, really until July, where we can look into the market and bring in another striker, I think he'll just be there for now, and then he'll have to just try and work as hard as possible and try and do what he does best. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Akintunde up front. So that's my team anyway. In terms of score prediction, look, I don't really know what to expect from this team at the moment. We're just so in and out. We've only won 1-7. That's a pretty poor return. Um, you're looking at the fixtures that are coming up, and you're thinking, yeah, there's some winnable games to come here. It'd be really good if we could put in a really good performance and get a crucial win against a good Derry team. But look, the way things are going, can you really be that confident about it? No. But I'm going to try and be positive and say we'll get a draw. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Look, I think if we just saw a good performance and we came out thinking, yeah, that was improvement on the Waterford game, I think we'd be happy, given the run that's coming up where we got a few winnable games to come, and we can start feeling a bit more positive about those sort of games. But look, it's going to be a tough game, no doubt about it. We're not on form, Derry are on form, but look, I'm just hoping that. Look, I obviously don't know what preparations have been like this week with Reynolds. He was obviously only came out yesterday that he was away with the under 21s, which is something that we didn't know, of course. But look, um, I'm sure O'Donnell took training and hopefully they had a good week of training and they're well rested after the break and they're ready to come out and fight again and start being a bit more consistent, getting some results, getting some wins on the board. We can climb up the table from there instead of we can start looking up instead of down at the which is what we're doing at the moment. We're looking down really instead of up, and that's not good enough. We need to improve and look, if we could get a win here, that would be brilliant, of course. But look, at the moment, the way things are going, I can't just. I'm not confident enough to back us to get a win here. So I'm going to go with a draw. Which look, it's not a terrible result, but look, it's probably wins that we need now more than anything. But look, hopefully we can be proven wrong and they can surprise us and they can put in a good performance to get the win. But I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, which not a terrible result. I think we take it given the circumstances at the moment. So yeah, look, that's where to end it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you're thinking ahead for this game, your score predictions, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.